everyone, welcome to Travel Nightmares with Nika. TNN. Yes, you know the symbol. So, last week, well, it's been like about a week and a half now. I haven't put up a new video. So, this is something I'm going to somehow relate to my personal life and also my traveling life. Okay? So, basically, last week I had a bad week, like a really terrible, shitty week, if you can say. So it was not anything bad or out of the world. Well, everyone has problems. I had my own problems, but basically my psychological problems were bigger than my actual problems. So that's the main reason why I couldn't move from my bed or do anything else except wallow and cry upon my sorrow, miserable psychological mess. But this happens every now and then. So this is like a very familiar topic which every one of you guys are used to hearing, listening, talking to, experiencing. So basically it's depression and anxiety, both, because I deal with both depression and anxiety. So yes, last week I had my general attack of depression and anxiety, and yes, there's a guest here with us today. It's my friend's dog, Helena. And here goes the toy. So basically, yes, I went through both depression and anxiety that last whole week that actually kept me bedridden. I couldn't move. I was just sitting in my room, basically crying, basically contemplating everything that is bad in my life, even though it was not as bad as it seems. But yes, what can you do, like you just basically that's how you deal with it. So today we are going to talk about travel depression and anxieties and what happens and how I actually dealt with it. So as a person who suffers from chronic depression, I get this thing where there are periods of times where I just don't want to go out, I just don't want to do anything, I just am stuck in a corner. I feel like vomiting, but I feel like I have no mouth, I can't scream, I just want to cry and cry, or I don't know, be numb. I'm just like wandering, looking to my feet, and I'm like, why is everyone fucking happy, man? Like, what the fuck? I constantly think that, and it's just really, really painful. I thought, I'm just like, what the fuck? Am I the only person who's like this right now? Fuck the universe. That's how I feel, and I'm pretty sure many of you guys can actually resonate towards my feelings at this moment, at that, like, you can feel what I feel, we share the bond. So right now I'm taking it to YouTube to actually be extremely vulnerable, extremely let go myself, so you can see me as a person who have my own problems, have everything scrambled and trying to put everything together, and you can also know that you're not alone out there. This is for anyone who's going through a rough patch at the moment and who suffers clinical depression, like severe depression and anxieties. So, and let me tell you, medicines don't help. They make you dependent. Speaking from experience, and I've stopped taking these medicines for quite some time right now. And I'm doing way better now. It's because like I have like really good friends and like a really nice dog, and there's like all the best things in the world. And I couldn't be more thankful for all the people who are in my life right now who helped me through that like 1 week. I realized like how many of them had my back, like Amelie, David. There's like the list of people who I can say, Julia, Kitty, like this thing goes to you. Yes. And also to a very special person, Thomas Yeg, who I actually promised to do a trundle dance, but then I'm actually sitting right now, so I can't quite do the trundle dance. I'll do it in my next video when I'm talking about gaming while traveling. Yes, so travel depression, it's a true thing. It's a real legit thing, because this is based on my experience and what I had. I think my friend Joshua could actually tell you what I was going through this time. So because this happened in Bosnia last year. So it was after summer, I was traveling with my boyfriend David. We traveled in Poland, everything was like such a good time. Oh my god, we were like, yes, time of our life, And then after that I was like, okay, on my own again, and I fell to this like loneliness, depression, anxiety. So it was like fucking, like, I feel like I was stuck in a box which was as size as my foot. That's how I felt. So yeah, and I was in Bosnia. It was so beautiful, so magnificent. I was trying like going out, and I'm like, okay, yes, I'll forget about it. I'll forget about it. I'll forget about it. But at night, like my constant thought was to like talk to someone who I'm familiar with, talk to someone who like I know, talk to someone who like I miss, you know. And it was sort of like suffocating me to an extreme that I felt like my chest was numb. I felt like this burning pain in me, and like this paranoia that everything is going to collapse, and it was like the worst feeling ever. So it was fine, like from Banja Luka, and then we went to Sarajevo, Srebrenica, and then we reached Mostar. It got worse, and I didn't want to leave my bed. I didn't want to leave my bed. I just decided to stay in my bed and watch Detective Conan, because Detective Conan has been this one thing which I went to every single time I was in this situation. Like I just binge watch Detective Conan as though everything's gonna be fine again. So that is exactly what I did. And somehow I managed to have the courage to go out that one night with Joshua outside to see just a little of the town. But yes, I missed to see like to explore the whole town properly because I was really, really in pain. Most won't believe when I say in pain. Most tell this like most people have this idea like, oh, it's just in your mind. It's just how you look at the world. If you look at the world in pink glasses, it will look pink to you. It's just how you feel. You should change how you feel. But it's not that exactly. Like I have tried changing how I feel. I have tried thinking, manipulating myself by saying like, oh, it's going to be great, you're traveling and all those things. But it never works. Because why? Internally, I want to be good. So there's like the battle. There's like the my voice in my head saying that I need to be fine, and there's this voice around it which goes like, you're never going to be fine. So how do I overcome it? How do I actually overcome it? Overcome global, people. Tune in to Romania, overcome global. You wouldn't want to miss it. So yes, go for overcome. And back to the topic again. So yeah, how do I like manipulate it? Like how do I say like it's all fine? Because I need someone else to tell me that. Because like this time I'm like needing help. I need someone else to say it's going to be okay. You are on the right path. You are going to be fine. And I need it's not a stranger or someone who I know for a little while. It's basically my friends and my family. Like, well, when you don't have family, it's mostly your friends. So basically people who know you are the people who can help you, because you rely on their judgments quite a bit. You trust them. That trust is what builds the foundation in you. So if someone like personally says it's going to be fine, I feel what you feel and you're going to be all right, you sort of have this confidence going. But that time I didn't have those privileges, and I was very quiet and insecure, so I didn't tell my problems to many people. So that was the mask I put on. I put on like the ziplock on my body, and I'm like, yay, yes, let's party. And inside I'm like dying, and I'm like, kill me now, make me an anime character, I feel good. And like, yeah, Amelie showed me something, and I'm like, oh yeah, concentration. But yeah, basically it's me. So yes, in my head it's like, oh damn, like just make me an anime character. I think I would feel fine right now if I'm an anime character. So exactly. And that point, like the one thing which helped me was when Joshua said, hey, let's go out, and next day we are going to Dubrovnik, so let's go out for now and look at the city. Because having him there at that point was actually like the best feeling like I could have, like having a friend there. And the point David called me and he was like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you fine? Was what actually made me feel fine. And yes, like I know like everyone has problems, but the thing is, there are people who are worse than you, there are people who are better than you. But the thing is, your problem is big for you. And it's not wrong to feel depressed about it. You don't have to compare yourself to feel like, oh, there's another person who has less than me, I should feel okay with myself. No, because then you are just denying your reality. You're denying your problem. You're denying that you are having an issue right now in your life. You're having a life crisis right now. and you're just accepting it. Because when you don't deny it, and you will start thinking on how you find a way to actually not be in that situation. For example, if you're having a hard time finding purpose in your life, and you want to like find a job, or you want to start studying or something to fill the purpose, if you say, hey, another person have worse than me, I'm fine, then you won't do anything. You would just be like, oh, I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm chill. But that thing will be in the back of your head, like building up like a big huge pus, which will eventually destroy you. So don't compare yourself to someone who's more than you or below than you, because each and everyone's problem on their own is big to themselves. So just try to find a solution to solve your problem, and know that this problem too will solve. It's just based on law of attraction. You want something so bad, you will get it. So basically that's about it. Don't compare yourself to someone who's more or less. It's useless, pointless. So yes, when you are traveling, especially when you're traveling and you have this overwhelming emotion, depression, if you're traveling alone, number one, then go inside a train. Sit there, talk to the the person next to you, the exact person next to you. And you will find a story with them, or you'll find an experience with them which would make you feel better or forget about your problems. Because when you're traveling alone, the usual problem you feel is being alone, first thing, being scared that you don't know anyone there, that you're out of your comfort zone, and third, you feel financially struggled, in pain. Number two is because you're just like, traveling, and you're like seeing things in social media. You feel like you're glamorous, but deep down inside you feel maybe you're alone and you wish there's someone there. So talking to a stranger usually helps. So that's one thing. But if you're traveling with someone else and you feel depressed all of a sudden, I don't know, because of some problems, then hang out with the person you are traveling with. Because nothing fits you better, nothing can make you feel better than a heart-to-heart conversation with a friend who you are traveling with. This goes to you, Joshua. This goes to you, my friend. Like, homie. Like, on point. So yeah, talk to your traveling buddy, because it always helps. Go out in the city, sit somewhere, get a cup of coffee, and just try to unwind. Stop thinking about it, because eventually, whatever is it you're facing, whatever crisis is it you're facing, you will find a way to solve it. If I can manage to get my visa, I bet anyone can solve anything. Exactly. And finally, if you are caught between this mess of not wanting help and wanting help, always choose wanting help. Because calling a friend who's far away, or calling someone who's close to your heart and telling them you miss them and you want them to talk to you, you need them, would actually make you feel much better. It would actually give you like the stability to hold on to. No matter how spontaneous you are, deep down you want stability. You want at least one plank in your brain to be the plank. So just call for help. Call someone and say, hey man, I'm sad right now, I want to cry. Hey man, I'm depressed right now and I'm all the way 10,000 miles near the ocean. Hey man, I'm leaving to space tomorrow. Can I talk to you for a while before I disappear for another 50 years? Just call someone. Because even from Mars, people can reach someone in the space station. I'm pretty sure you can reach someone on planet Earth. Never, ever, ever sit alone in your house, or in your hotel room, or in a car, or in a train station in the corner, because it will make you worse, especially when you're traveling. This is basically a precaution as well as an advice, because it will make you worse, that you would think of thoughts which you wouldn't do in your sane world. So basically, if you came across the suicidal thoughts or any other stupid thoughts in your head, that because you are feeling this pressure of like there's nothing going to change, especially when you're alone, especially in traveling, call somebody who is your close friend, best friend, or why do a YouTube channel, because people out there. Social media can be bad in so many ways, but it can be good in so many ways too. Or use the app Whisper, something which would actually give you hope, because that's what you need. Never, ever, ever, if you're feeling depressed, sit alone. It's a caution and an advice. So basically, I had this emotion which was not as strong, but it was something like that last week, because I'm in this progressive mode where everything is sort of forming itself. It's sort of starting to come together, but it's such an overwhelming feeling. And I'm in the midst of looking for a job. I'm in the midst of doing stuff. I'm in the midst of studying my next semester. I'm in the midst of doing my own projects, and it's this thing which I'm now starting to structure my life, and it's sort of overwhelming me with these responsibilities that I needed support. And I was afraid to go to my friends because I didn't know how they would react to it. But I had a bloody good boyfriend, David, thank you for actually helping me out. I had a really good friend, Amelie here, Julia. We had this girls gang where we go and drink coffee every time, so it helped me out. And yes, these are the people who you need in your life to actually hold you together, because they are like the cement in your life. You can say you prefer to be alone all your life, but you need at least one person. And there's one person I forgot to mention, actually two, Rahul and Joan. Two other people in two international parts of the world, one in America, one in India, who I always reach out to. So yes, construct these people in your life. Keep this cement always with you, because this cement is what makes sanity real in your life. And know that no matter how bright the sun shines, the moon will eventually come up. And always look out for the moon. Yes, people, I really dislike the sun, so I really look forward to the moon every single day. Yep. So you can interpret it in your own way as how you prefer it. But yes, if you're depressed, look for help. Do a YouTube video if it helps. For me, it helps a lot, to an extreme level, because it boosts my confidence, self-esteem. I feel on par with life ahead tomorrow. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, do a YouTube video, write a journal, draw, whatever. To do something which always keeps you active. Eventually it will go away. You'll still have the paranoia, the anxiety, or the feeling which itches you inside, but you will know that it's just a feeling, and you will figure it out. So sayonara, see you next time on TNN next week with a brand new